Welcome, everybody, to the 5th episode of Season 1 of the Vulpecula. This episode is entitled The Outrageous Okona. It was written by Burton Armus and adapted by me, Commodore James, for the series. In this episode, we have Michael T. Coleman as Captain Elhorn, Shannon Marsh as Exusia, Ashton Martin as Starthorn, Bennett Cousins as Voras, the Toothy Demon, Rachel Bieber is Zenori, Kurt Adam Johnson as Frostwind, Matt Waite is Ezekiel the Chef, Spencer Holliday is Colton, and Ron Keck is Doc Master Park. So we shall begin. The beginning of our story, the Vulpecula is sailing across a glassy ocean, and Zenori writes in her own journal.
We are on course to Cestral, an island of misty moors, lush grasslands, and sparse forests. The people live across the island in many small settlements and are known to be good-natured and friendly. Their most popular exports are the colorful textiles and cloths created by the numerous clans.
Ship deck, day.
Unmarked vessel, still in the water.
Bearing?
83 degrees.
It appears to be a small cargo vessel.
No visible armaments.
Judging by the waterline, it's not carrying much.
Its position is far outside known cargo routes for a vessel of its size.
It could be a smuggler.
Send up a flag of assistance.
Aye, sir.
If it is a smuggler, they may not react well to being spotted.
Let's not assume the worst.
The ship is signaling that they need assistance.
That could be a pretense.
Voras, the ship is unarmed and less than a quarter our size. Do not let preparedness turn into paranoia. Intercept the vessel.
Aye, sir.
The Vulpecula comes to stop alongside the ship. The small vessel has one mast and is only big enough for a handful of crew.
Ahoy! This is the Vulpecula. I am Captain Virian Elhorn.
This is the Quandam, dead in the water, I'm afraid. I am Captain Colton Ford at your service. As you can see, I'm unarmed.
Colton Ford has his brown hair pulled back into a ponytail. He hasn't shaved for a few days and wears a loose-fitting shirt and leather vest.
We never considered you a threat, Captain Ford.
Well, that's disappointing. I thought I would have at least made you uncomfortable. I'm the owner and operator of this here vessel.
How may we be of assistance?
I have a broken tiller head. I don't suppose you have one, do you?
No, but we are on course to Cestral and can offer you a tow.
Many thanks, Captain.
We can also accommodate you if you wish.
I'm not one to turn away hospitality.
Elhorn takes Voras aside.
Check him for weapons.
Should I restrict his access?
Just keep an eye on him.
Rig for towing and then come up the ladder.
Exusia tosses a rope to Colton, and he begins to work.
Is that a woman's voice I hear?
That's a chief mate's voice.
Well, I thought it was the sun in my eyes that was blinding me, but I see now that it was a truly beautiful woman. You have a strength and elegance that surely has lineage to both the gods of power and love.
I'm sure you've said that before.
Well, of course. But before I saw you, the words held no meaning. May I climb your ladder, chief mate?
You may board the ship.
Colton climbs up the ladder and onto the deck.
Your weapons, please.
Colton and Voras eye each other.
You're the tough girl of the ship.
The staring match continues.
Your weapons.
Colton removes his baldric and hands it over. Voras looks at Colton and extends her hand, waiting. Colton bends over and removes a dagger from his boot, flips it in the air, and gives it to Voras.
They will be returned.
Voras goes below deck.
Welcome aboard. I am Chief Mate Exusia.
Colton walks up to Exusia and stands a hair's width closer than Exusia's comfort.
A celestial name? How fitting for a woman clearly birthed from the stars.
Is that your idea of flirting?
I believe in romance. Flowers, poetry, chocolates. And you haven't given me any of those things. You're going to have to try harder than that.
Exusia's features soften slightly. But just before she allows herself to smile,
Starthorn, show Mr. Ford to the guest quarters.
Right this way.
they walk below deck. Interior guest quarters.
What a goddess.
No, sir. Chief Mate Exusia is a celestial. While she does have many supernatural abilities, she is not a god.
It's a figure of speech.
I see. It is an inaccurate one.
Oh, you don't find her beautiful?
Beauty has as many definitions as there are beings who perceive it.
Maybe. What do you find beautiful?
A meal that is both savory and sweet, moist and crispy, hot and cold.
I mean, what do you find beautiful in a woman?
Oh,
Starthorn takes a quick look around, then responds in a lowered voice.
well,
Come on, don't keep it in.
horns.
Horns?
The curlier the horns, the higher my fur raises.
I think you're right about different definitions of beauty.
Interior galley later. Starthorn sits at the table sharing a drink with Chef Ezekiel.
Chef, what do you think is beautiful in a woman?
Why do you ask?
Captain Ford made me feel that what I think is beautiful may not be what most people accept as such.
What does it matter what others think?
I have found that having skills and intellect are necessary for completing work, but relationships offer more opportunities and options. Being accepted by others can dictate long-term success.
Ezekiel pauses for a moment in contemplation.
Do you know the captain's favorite color?
No,
What about Exusia's favorite food?
no.
If you did and you didn't agree with their choices, would you have less respect for either of them?
No.
Then why would you think they would think less of you?
Ezekiel collects his plate and returns to the kitchen. Exterior deck, night, later. Exusia is on deck alone. Colton enters.
Exusia.
Mr. Ford.
Captain Ford.
That's a big title for a small boat with no crew.
Oh, I did not think you were a woman who was concerned with size.
What were you doing so far from shore with no cargo, alone?
What makes you think I have no cargo?
Your hold is empty.
Then I guess I have no cargo.
What is your game?
What's yours?
What?
One look at you and I could see the passion flying like starlight through your veins. You could have your own ship, your own fleet. You're the tip of the spear, the peak of the mountain. Why are you holding yourself back with being chief mate?
Exusia has no answer, and Colton takes a step closer.
When was the last time you let a man hold you?
I don't need a man.
No, you don't need anything.
Colton walks to the side and looks out on the night.
Life isn't about tasks, but tastes. You could eat the same food every day and it would keep you alive. But will you really be living?
Colton turns and steps closer.
So I ask you again, when was the last time you let a man hold you?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, but it does. You're trying to navigate without seeing the stars. It can be done, but it's more difficult. If you were defending the ship, when would you give up?
I wouldn't. I'd fight to my death.
Yes, you would. Why?
Because I've given my word to do so.
Why don't you fight the same way for yourself? Doing your duty doesn't mean you have to be a martyr to it.
Colton's words land, and Exusia doesn't know what to say.
What do you want?
Colton takes a step closer.
I want you.
I'm not to be had for the wanting.
If you want me as well, why not?
You may be able to impress others this way.
You want me. I see it now as clear as anything.
Exusia turns to look at the night sky reflecting on the ocean.
Look at me.
I'm on watch.
Colton moves into Exusia's eyeline, standing dangerously close.
Then watch me.
They look at each other for a moment that lasts both an eternity and a lightning flash. Colton slides his hand around Exusia's waist and presses close. He brings his lips to hers and stops before they touch, making her close the distance. She does. As they pull back and Exousia opens her eyes, they are a tempest of white light that swirls and quickly fades back to the usual purple.
Now, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Exousia smiles like a mischievous girl.
No.
That one's free. But next time you'll have to ask me for it.
With a wink and a smile, he returns below deck. Exterior deck, the next day.
Land ho!
The harbor master notice says to anchor off the boat off the coast, and they will approach.
Very well. Slow to 2 knots and lower anchor to half shackle. When in position, drop anchor. And Frostwind, alert Captain Ford.
Aye, sir.
Interior galley, day. Frostwind goes below to the galley where Exousia and Colton sit, sharing a meal.
Captain Ford, we are about to anchor off Cestral.
What was your name?
Frostwind. Quartermaster Dune Frostwind.
Well, Frostwind, Quartermaster Dune Frostwind, thank you.
Frostwind exits.
You have a way of putting people at ease. Well, except Voris.
She doesn't want to be at ease. Demons are more comfortable with conflict. It's like a blanket for them.
What's next for you?
I'll get my boat fixed and make my delivery.
What delivery? I thought you said you didn't have any cargo.
No, dearie. You said I didn't have cargo.
Colton pats his vest twice.
What is it?
It's the stuff dreams are made of.
Exousia's mood changes to concern.
Are you smuggling dream magic?
Oh my. Here, I thought I was being clever.
Dream magic is illegal.
Your view is too narrow. If an Offendel told the world of the Citadel's location, a lot of people would die. But that truth is not illegal. Dream magic is just another form of truth. Suppression of truth is deception. Is it honorable to follow that kind of law?
But it's too dangerous.
All truth is dangerous. Truth can hurt just as an arrow or iron, but we don't ban the tool. We educate the user. Cestral is consistently under attack. No sooner do we regroup and rebuild than another Vikal raiding party or Nadine pillagers leave us in ruins. We need an edge.
But that edge comes at too high a cost. The potential is boundless and therefore highly addictive, driving the user insane.
My clan needs it. We're just gonna have to disagree. But now that you know, you gonna turn me in?
Exousia lets out a long sigh.
I won't step forward, but if I am asked directly, I won't lie.
That's fair.
Frostwind enters the galley.
Captain Ford, you are needed on deck.
Exterior deck, day. A Cestral ship has come alongside the Vulpecula, and 2 of its crew have boarded. Dockmaster Park is a large, round man dressed in fine leather and cloth. He has a full red beard, wears a long white feather in his tri-corner hat.
Captain Ford, I have explained to Dockmaster Park how your vessel came to be towed by us.
Aye, it's curious that a shoreline cargo skiff would be a day's journey away from the coast. What were ye doing out there?
My ambition got the best of me. Thought I could sail up to Kawat and make a trade, set up a route for myself, and undercut the merchants.
In a skiff? On your own?
Like I said, ambition.
Oh, I think something else were happening. Scuttlebutt is that certain clans have been trying to learn dream magic, bringing scrolls in from Kodal. So I think you met a ship out there and were trying to make your way back, but the skiff couldn't handle the heavy waves, and you broke your tiller.
Hey, it'll put your mind at ease. Search the boat.
That's my intent. And Captain Elhorn, I'll need to search your vessel as well. Let's get to work. Look for any parchment or scroll with dream magic writings.
The dockmaster and worker search both vessels from tip to stern for 2 hours.
Captain Elhorn, I apologize for the intrusion, but we have to be thorough.
You're going to be sending one of those apologies my way.
Captain, did Ford give you an indication he may have been smuggling dream magic?
Had he, I would have made it known immediately.
What about your crew?
Has anyone knowledge of any dream magic trappings on board?
Colton shoots a look to Exousia. She does not hesitate.
Yes, sir. Colton indicated that he had writings in his vest.
Search him.
The worker takes the vest off Colton and cuts the lining, turning it inside out. There's nothing here, sir.
There must have been a miscommunication. But seeing as how there's nothing on me and nothing on me boat, I'll be taking that apology.
My apologies. You are all free to go.
Oh, and since I am a vessel in distress, can you give me a spare tiller head?
Lucky for you, Ford, we have one.
The dock workers return to their ship.
Captain Ford, I believe it is time for you to go.
Aye, Captain. Might I have one hand to help me make my way?
I'll help him, sir.
Elhorn crap, sorry. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. No, I got it now. Elhorn eyes Exuzia with playful suspicion.
You may sail to shore and we'll meet you on the loading dock.
Yes, sir.
Later, on board the skiff, Colton and Exuzia ready the boat.
Thank you for keeping your word.
What did it matter? You weren't carrying anything.
True. But had the dockmaster not been made to eat crow, he'd still be searching.
Then what was all this for?
I guess I'm just a man of mystery. So, the captain said to meet him on the dock, but he didn't say when, did he?
Exuzia grins.
No, he didn't.
Then, Missy, I'm going to take you up to my landing spot up the shore and we'll ride into town.
Exuzia walks to the mast where Colton is untying the sheet.
I'm asking.
You don't have to ask. I just said what we're doing.
Exuzia stares at him knowingly for a moment.
I'm asking.
Oh, I can be quite thick sometimes.
They kiss with abandon, and as the passion ramps up, Exuzia touches Colton's face with one hand while picking him up by the waist with the other.
Okay. That's going to take a bit of getting used to. We better sail into shore before we pound a hole through the hole. Mind raising the sail?
Exuzia raises the mainsail and ties off the line. When she looks at the sail, she can see that it is covered with thousands of tiny glyphs and letters that from a distance would not be visible.
Colton.
Colton proudly looks at the dream magic covered sail.
Yeah. You can keep a secret though, right?
Well done, everyone. Excellent. Sorry for my little flub there. I got a laugh in my head and couldn't get it out.
Amazing.
I got a flub in right before you.